I'm here with the new free slalom sail from 0.7. Is the RUSH-1. Is the first edition of this new model. It's presented now in 2026. It's a sail that gives you all you need in a freeride sail. It's a luxury freeride sail. It has all the details, all the materials which are premium in our 0.7 sail range. So it's nothing less than what we have on our racing sails, on our wave sails. So now we will discover the sail through this video. The RUSH-1 is a freeride sail. It has a kind of a longer boom and a cross button which gives a lot of power in light wind, but it's not the only ingredient which gives power in light wind. What gives power is also the mass curve, which is not extreme, it's kind of straight, and this allows the sail to pump and to breathe and to catch in more wind and feel lighter for the board to actually get planing. Another thing which makes the sail very easy to get planing is of course the duckcom panel, which is here in the front. This is also inflating with the wind, so giving the extra profile and the extra stability. So there are a lot of ingredients in the sail which makes it a very easy sail to get planing and have light wind performance. We could say that the 6.7 of the Rush would actually have the same power as a 7.8 with cams. So this is more or less the balance. So you have a very small sail with a lot of power, and this helps you to get planing with something which is also easy then to maneuver in the jibes. What makes it special then is also the strong wind. Having again the duckcom which is absorbing the chop. We have 6 tubular buttons, which is meaning that the sail is not a typical freeride sail which has a small wind range. This has a huge wind range because also the strong wind, thanks to the setup of the buttons like our race sail, you're actually able to hold then a lot of wind. So you're not having a sail which you need to change after 5 knots of increase or decrease. You need to change sail because it's getting too big or too small. You actually have a very big wind range, and this is one of the big advantages of this sail. Another luxury ingredient of the sail is the material of the monofilm, because you're having all anti-UV monofilm. It's not monofilm, it's a laminate. It's X-ply, so the whole sail is X-ply. The window has 5 layers of materials. The other materials are with 3 layers, so it makes it very strong. If you fall in it, if you leave it in the sun, it's resisting long time. And the buttons are alternate, so that the profile is the same on both sides. So that's another thing which makes the sail very comfortable. So if you have a free ride board, it will fit perfectly, as well as a free race board and even a slalom board. The first thing you see from the sail bag is that it's totally balanced. It has one big shoulder handle so that you can put it over your shoulder, go around, you can take your mat. It's just easier to carry more stuff to get with you. Inside the front pocket, you will have in the front part of the sail the button tensioner and some spare parts in case you would need them. The RUSH-1 comes in 5 sizes: 7.7, 6.7, 5.7, 5.1 and 4.7. The 2 bigger sizes, even the 5.7, can be rigged with both SDM or RDM mast. The difference is that the SDM mast will give more racing slalom feeling, being like a bit more stability and stronger wind and a little bit more acceleration, while the RDM mast is a bit more forgiving, meaning that the sail will feel slightly lighter and softer, so it's like absorbing better the chop. So it's up to you whether you want to rig it with one mast or the other. And but let's say from 5.7 down, we advise to have the RDM mast, of course, and 6.7, 7.7 would feel nicer with the SDM. But this is a personal choice that we leave to you. As long as you have a 0.7 mast with the right curve, doesn't matter if it's a 77% or 100%. The RUSH-1 has a very little loft curve, so it's feeling less the need of a high performance mast, and therefore you can enjoy the sail even with components which are not the most expensive. So meaning, as I said before, in our case the K77 mast or an aluminium boom. So now I got the mast, got the boom, we're going to rig it, and I'm going to show you how to trim it. The first time you rig the sail, you put in the mast, check that the pin of the sail goes into the mast, just the first time. Once the mast is inserted into the sail, what I like to do is to pull by hand the sail, and the mast has a natural curve. So when I downhaul the sail, I feel this natural curve. I actually feel a constant tension into the mast, And at this point, I start feeling that the mast is getting stiffer. The tension in the rope is getting more. And this is when you reach actually the natural curve of the mast. From this point, I like to pull 2 extra cm with an extra push. And these 2 extra cm is what gives the reflex to the mast. So if you don't pull those extra 2 cm, the sail will feel very comfortable but kind of dead. If you pull those 2, after you reach the point that the mast is bending kind of easy, it starts to get stiffer to downhaul. From that point you pull those 2 cm, and those 2 cm is what makes the mast more lively, more reactive, and makes the sail light and having more acceleration. I place the boom on the sail, and the clue is something that you can adjust according to the power you want. So the downhaul tension is just 1, and it's how I explained it. The second thing is the power from the boom. So you never touch the downhaul setting, because the sail needs to have that tension to accelerate, to feel light, to be pleasant. The power you get it just from adjusting the glue. So what you do is, like here we have the adjustable outhauls. So it's very simple. For light wind, you just release, you will create more profile at the back of the sail, and this will give you more backhand to have more power to push on the fin and actually go in lighter winds. When the wind increases, this extra power in the backhand starts to be too much. So what you do, you just pull, so the sail flattens out at the back, so the profile at the back just flattens out. You push less on the fin and you will have more control. If you don't have the adjustable outhaul, what you can do is, of course, adjusting the sail from the back with the rope before you go on the water. And the setting is like, you pull the rope, you feel a bit of tension, that's enough for light wind. It's kind of a medium wind, you pull like 1 cm from when you start having tension on the rope, and when it gets stronger you can just pull all the way to the max setting. The boom and the last length are all written just here at the bottom, and you have only 1 eyelet at the clue, because this is the right position for having the leech to open in the right way. As you can see, there are a lot of wrinkles on the sail, and this is because we need to put now some button tension, and don't ignore it. The button tension is what is actually giving 15%, if not 20% of the performance. To adjust the buttons, you take the button tensioner, which is inside the sail bag, and you start putting tension on the button. To put tension, you have to go anti-clockwise. So I start turning till the main wrinkles actually disappear. I don't mind to see some wrinkles in the sail in the front, because in the front there's a change of diameter between the tube button and the tip of the button, so you can see some of the wrinkles, which are just because there's a different tension between the 2 button diameters. And so you just put a little bit of tension so that the first wrinkles disappear, but you don't have to put too much. If you put too much, the sail will get a spoon the button will be spooning at the back, and this will slow you down and make the sail feel very heavy. So always better to put, like, to release everything. What I do is to release completely the button, so I have no tension. From there I start putting tension. When I feel a bit of tension, I just turn the key another 90 degrees and stop, and I repeat this action on all the buttons. As you can see, the setting is asking us to use 12 centimeters, but we still have like a little bit, like maybe 4 centimeters left. But this is because the sail is new and it still has to stretch. So when the sails are new, you always have to wait a couple of times before you actually reach the right downhaul setting. So what happens is that even if you see that it's 4 centimeters, you know, already in an hour, 2 hours, if you use the sail, you can come back to the beach and give it the extra downhaul, because the sail will stretch eventually. So don't worry if you see that there's a big gap, and don't try to over downhaul the sail because you see that there's a gap. This is just because the sail, as I said, needs to stretch. So do the downhauling as I just explained you before in the beginning of the video, and you'll be fine for the downhaul setting. Always remember that if the sail is feeling heavy, it's because you need a little bit more downhaul. If the sail is feeling like less stable, it's because you over downhaul the sail. So now the last part of the sail is actually to put in the tack strap, and you have to go around. When it's new, you have to do it, you have to make it go through the first time yourself. like this, and as you see, we have the new tech strap, which is actually folded, so you can put it in the extension position that is holding down here. You just pull the tech strap. I like to pull that it's not moving, but not, again, I don't like to over pull the tech strap, because otherwise I'm closing again the button at the bottom too much, and that is slowing me down. So I just like to give a nice tension, and once this is done, I just attach this tech strap at the bottom here, make the rope go through the hole in the extension, fold it up clean and tidy like this, back in the pocket, close it down, attach the strap, and it's ready to go.